A new wave of silent, behind-the-scenes tightening is hitting family-based immigration in 2025, and it's catching thousands of families off guard. No official memo, no announcement, no policy change posted on USCIS.gov. Yet I-130 family petitions are suddenly facing deeper questioning, heavier document demands, longer waits, and more emotional stress than at any point in recent years. Today, we break down what's happening, why cases are slowing, and what families must do immediately to protect their petitions. Segment 1. A quiet shift in family immigration under Trump 2025. Over the past several weeks, immigrants across the U.S. and overseas have noticed something unusual. I-130 petitions that normally progressed at a predictable speed have begun stalling, sometimes without warning. Immigration lawyers from multiple states, including Texas, California, Nebraska, and Potomac, have reported identical patterns. More questions from USCIS, deeper background checks, more evidence requests, slower approvals across the board. This is not random, and it's not tied to a particular service center. Experts believe this reflects a quiet internal shift, likely connected to the Trump administration's renewed focus on tougher scrutiny of family-based immigration. Even though no public policy announcement has been made, the signs point to a change in how officers are instructed to review cases. Families who previously expected smooth approvals now report uncertainty, anxiety, and silence where progress once existed. Segment 2. Attorneys sound the alarm. This is not normal. Immigration lawyers began raising concerns in early November 2025 when cases from multiple states showed the same patterns. Requests for evidence, RFEs, increasing. Longer review times after submission. Increased questioning around finances. Stricter evaluation of the marriage relationship. This overlap suggests internal guidance, even if informal, has changed. Because USCIS has not released public guidance, attorneys can only rely on patterns from their cases, and these patterns paint a clear picture. USCIS is digging deeper into I-130 petitions than ever before. This lack of transparency puts families in a stressful situation. They do not know how much evidence is enough or what new standards officers are applying. Many worry they followed the official checklist only to discover that real expectations are now much higher. Segment 3. Financial documents are being examined more aggressively. One of the most noticeable shifts is the new intensity around financial review. Sponsors who barely meet the income requirement have been hit the hardest, but even middle-income families are feeling the pressure. USCIS is now requesting multiple years of IRS tax transcripts, full pay histories, updated and verified employment letters, detailed bank statements showing steady deposits, proof of assets in some cases. These requests are significantly more demanding compared to previous years. Even small inconsistencies, like a gap in income, a lower month of pay, or differences between W-2s and transcripts, can trigger an RFE. This push matches the administration's preference for tighter financial reliability standards, even though the legal poverty guideline has not changed. Many families describe feeling overwhelmed, unsure whether their financial documentation is strong enough to withstand these new expectations. Segment 4. Relationship evidence is under the microscope. USCIS has also increased scrutiny on relationship evidence, especially for couples who are alive apart because of work or visa restrictions, are long distance, have cultural barriers to traditional documentation, show limited joint financial records. Previously acceptable evidence, such as photos, travel history, and chats, is no longer enough in many cases. Officers now appear to want multi-year communication logs, more detailed travel records, evidence of financial interdependence, proof of shared responsibilities, such as joint leases, taxes, or insurance, documentation showing day-to-day relationship integration. Even couples with strong evidence report additional questioning. Attorneys note that relationship cases once considered straightforward now require far more supporting proof to avoid delays. For couples separated by borders, jobs, or cultural issues, this shift adds heavy emotional pressure. Segment 5. Processing time stretching to 17 to 19 months. Families have begun reporting timelines reaching 17 to 19 months, even for clean, error-free cases. The posted USCIS time range may say one thing, But real-world timelines tell a different story. Why the slowdown? Officers are spending more time per case. Officers are required to verify more documents. Cases with even mild discrepancies are being put aside for deeper review. For families separated for years, these extended delays are emotionally devastating. Applicants describe checking their case status multiple times a day, hoping for movement that often never comes. The silence itself has become a source of anxiety. Segment 6. NVC delays increase as USCIS slows down. The National Visa Center, NVC, has also begun to back up because of the USCIS slowdown. Families from high-demand countries, including Mexico, India, Pakistan, the Philippines, report longer waits for case transfers, document qualification, DQ, interview scheduling. This creates a chain reaction. Slow USCIS, slow NVC, fewer consulate interview slots, longer reunification delays. Families prepared and ready for interviews feel stuck, unable to predict when the next step will arrive. Travel planning, job changes, school enrollment, and family reunions all remain on hold indefinitely. Segment 7. No public clarification from USCIS. Families left in fear. Perhaps the most painful part of this situation is the lack of any official explanation. There is no memo, no policy update, no public guidance, no announcement. Yet the changes are undeniably real. Families who submitted applications months ago now worry whether their documentation meets standards that didn't exist when they applied. This uncertainty makes the process emotionally draining. Applicants feel punished for rules that were never communicated. Segment 8. Emotional stress rising. Families are breaking down. For many families, immigration is more than a legal process. It's a deeply emotional journey. In 2025, the emotional burden is heavier than ever. Couples remain separated. Parents miss their children's milestones. Spouses spend birthdays, anniversaries, and major life moments apart. The constant waiting, the silence, and the unpredictability affect mental health, jobs and performance, family stability, daily stress, physical health in some cases. The pain of being separated is far more difficult than the paperwork itself. For thousands of families, the emotional toll has reached new levels. Segment 9. Joint sponsors are now facing extra scrutiny. Another major shift is happening with co-sponsors. In previous years, joint sponsors rarely faced additional questioning. But in 2025, USCIS appears to be examining co-sponsors almost as closely as primary sponsors. New demands include full financial history, written statements confirming support, more documents proving long-term capability, clarifications on tax and employment inconsistencies. This development creates new pressure for families with limited income. Many joint sponsors hesitate or become nervous due to the increased workload. This tightening matches a broader trend. The government wants only financially strong cases passing through quickly. Segment 10. What families should do right now. Critical tips. To survive this new environment, families must prepare stronger cases than ever before. Here are essential steps to avoid delays. 1. Provide multi-year tax transcripts, not just the latest year. 2. Include complete pay history and verified employer letters. 3. Submit communication logs with dates, screenshots, and timeline summaries. 4. Organize everything neatly. USCIS hates disorganized files. 5. Prepare joint sponsor packages early and thoroughly. 6. Respond immediately to RFEs. Delays worsen the timeline. 7. Add extra evidence beyond minimum requirements. These steps won't eliminate delays completely, but they significantly reduce the risk of RFEs and unexpected outcomes. Families who prepare stronger, cleaner, and more organized files have the best chance to navigate 2025's stricter environment. Final thoughts. If this update helped you understand what's happening behind the scenes, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a critical immigration alert. Thank you for watching USA Alert Zone. Stay strong, stay prepared, and see you in the next update.